Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Moonriver. If you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to check it out. It's going to be in the top right hand corner of the video. I'm not a financial advisor. Anything I say is strictly my opinion on the markets, so you should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Also, I want to mention the two donation links down below in the description. If you want to support Ukraine, feel free to donate to the Ukrainian refugees or to Ukraine's military and help us win this war against the Russian tyranny. And with that being said, let's jump into the chart. So we are on the daily chart. This is TradingView. The chart is from KuCoin. Now, as you can see, we're forming some sort of a recovery over here. As you can see, we did bounce from this level just over here. And we had a couple of wicks below, but mainly we held this level. So this is going to be a pretty strong support level at $21 over here, and we're recovering from here. Now, we are very overextended from the 20 EMA, which is the yellow line, which means we are very far away from it. And usually, in a healthy uptrend, you are above the 20 EMA, and you are bouncing off from it. Here, the last bounce from the 20 EMA was back in April. So April 20th. Was our last touch of the 20 EMA. So what I'm thinking is we can potentially have a bounce from the 20 EMA. So you're gonna come up over here, run into the 20 EMA, and you're gonna get sent back down either to retest this support or to print a lower low since you are in a downtrend. That is what you usually do. But I just want to point out that this is a very, very, very steep drop over here. As you can see, capitulation event. And this, I don't think we are forming any sort of a pattern over here. So even if we try to make this into a falling wedge, I don't think that is going to work. Well, you could say this was a falling wedge right here, right? If I just zoom in a little bit, you can see that we have two touches off the support, and you have two touches, or actually multiple touches off the resistance. So this could actually work. Now that I think of it, as you can see, you were tightening up in this range, and you got caught up over here. You bounced off the support, and now your technical target is at $43. So potentially we can get there even in this pullback, right? You can potentially run into that resistance. But like I said, I do think the 20 EMA is going to send us back down. So just don't be so sure that you're going to get back to the target at $40. And why is this your target, you ask? Well, this is because where the wedge was created. So you bounce off the support here. So you have your support trend line, but you need two bounces to make that a valid level support. Then from here, you come up and you create the resistance. So now you have your two trend lines ready, and that is where you create your wedge, basically. That is why this is the level that you should be targeting if you're looking for a technical target. But like I said, I don't think we're going to get there. Hopefully I'm wrong. If I'm not wrong, if I'm wrong and we do get there, that is going to be an 84% trade for all of you who want to get in right now. For all of you who got in at this support, that would be 109% trade. So it's looking pretty good for you Moonriver holders, and $20 is very cheap in my opinion. So dollar cost averaging right now is very, very smart. Now let's jump into the daily RSI. So you can see that we are very, very oversold here, and you're just starting to recover. You're sitting at the index of 22, which is pretty oversold, not as low as you were back here in January of this year, but still you are pretty oversold. And as you can see, since January, you had this recovery to the upside, almost got overbought in April. We'll see how this goes. What I do think that you can target is you can target this pink trend line over here. You can potentially run into that as resistance and get sent back down to retest a key level of support. So watch out for this pink trend line. If I just zoom out a little bit, okay, so you have a bounce over here, you have a bounce of resistance over here, and you have two bounces off the pink trend line here in January. So this is a valid support trend line that we've had before. Right now, it's flipped to resistance. Okay, and now I want to move over to the Binance chart for more oscillators. Moving over to the daily chart, we have our Fibonacci retracement that I showed you in the last video. So this is our swing high here, April 2nd. We have our swing low here, March 13th. And I did give you these targets below. We had the 1.618 over here, $27.50. We blasted through that. This was May 5th when the last update came out, and we were sitting here at $40, just below $40. And as you can see, we blasted through the 1.618, which was your technical target. So target met, congratulations. And then you went all the way down to $20 over here, $20.50, which is the second fib retracement level or extension level over here. And what I think is potentially going to happen right now is you're going to run all the way up to the 1.618. By that time, the 20 EMA could have creeped up over here to this area, so you can potentially have a bounce from both the 1.618 and the 20 EMA at the same time, but that's just a thought. But that does happen sometimes, that's why I'm bringing it up. And actually, if I just may real quick over here, so you can see potentially what's happening right now is we're having a bear flag play out. A bear flag is basically when you start a channel up pattern after a move to the downside. So this is potentially going to be your target here once you start breaking out. So potentially below $16 is your technical target. So you can see that you do have this move to the downside, right? And then you have this channel up pattern. And usually you end up losing the support and you end up coming back down. So you either hold the $20 support, or you come back down and potentially get to the 2.272 at 16.6. I would just like to set up my orders slightly above to get into the project, slightly above the support, so that you have more chances of getting filled. That's just what I do. Now jumping into the Stochastic Rsi on the daily, so you've been in this range for quite a while in the oversold ever since the end of April, and right now you're recovering. I do think Bitcoin is going to drop back down below 30K for the foreseeable future, but long term, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, and I do think we're going to have a pretty good summer, in my opinion, and we are going potentially to have a good end of year. But I do not think that we're going to start this super bull market out of nowhere. You know, this is going to take time. So yeah, this is the RSI. We checked that out. I want to check out the daily MACD. So as you can see, we did have a bearish cross over here. As you can see, this was April 8th. Since then, we've had a pretty strong pullback. If I bring out the... Actually, that's not quite what I wanted to do. So the MACD printed a bearish cross April 8th, right? And I just want to compare that with the price action so that you can see once you had the bearish cross on the daily, you could have bought back in 70% cheaper if you just waited a little, right? And once again, the MACD proves to be a good indicator of confirming the downtrend. And right now, as you can see, the moving average, the yellow line, is curling up to potentially have the bullish cross. And once that happens, that confirms your uptrend. Now, obviously, this doesn't mean that you're going to go on forever, and this doesn't mean that you're going to start an uptrend and continue on for quite some time. You can potentially have a bearish cross soon after, but this is still a good indicator because the last time you had a bullish cross over here in March, look at the appreciation you had, right? So you just have to pay attention to these indicators and use multiple indicators at the same time. Use your knowledge of technical patterns and their targets. Use the fib retracement, use the EMAs, and this will, this will print you the picture that you need to see. And potentially what I'm looking at right now is a potential move, potentially a potential move to 27.4, which is the 1.618, right? From there, you may get a wick to the upside, and then you come back down to $20.4 with the next pullback. So that's just what I think. I would set up some buy limit orders at 16.6 just in case. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Not a lot to talk about here, guys. But if I missed anything out on the charts, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Patreon. The links are going to be in the description. My Patreon has daily uploads all the time. We have low cap gem calls. We have my buy and sell alerts. We have project reviews, market sentiment analysis, TA requests, video requests, and a whole bunch of stuff as well. So feel free to do that. I'm going to catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.